practicing being in the present consciously, you can achieve a higher state of consciousness that allows you to overcome everyday problems and difficulties. Awareness can be increased in humans by the radiation or aura of minerals called magnetite and sodalite. Therefore, it is useful and helpful to hold them in your left hand while practicing being in the conscious present. Make yourself comfortable. While sitting or lying down, take a position that feels best at the moment. Relax and listen to my voice. I will lead you to the present moment, to the realm of presence. With this seemingly simple technique, you can step out of the usual time we tend to break down into past, present, and future. But this approach is just a projection of the ego, which you mistakenly believe to be reality. The practice of conscious presence or being in the present is for those who are curious about reality and who are willing to separate themselves from the illusions and self-deceptions of their consciousness. If that is your intention to do, then discover the infinite power of the present. Whichever authentic spiritual teaching we take as a base, they all point in the same direction. We should deal much less with our past and our future. Why? Basically because a large part of the past and the future can generate such fears in us and manipulate us in such a way that will have us completely lose our connection with our present and true self for a long time. Whether we tear up the wounds of the past over and over again, or get lost in planning for an uncertain future, if we go overboard, life will pass us by, and the moments we missed out on will never return. To consciously practice being in the present, I recommend some insights and revelations. First insight: it is beneficial getting rid of the past because it is lifeless, in the sense that it has already fulfilled its role and it merely repeats itself in our thoughts and feelings, clinging on to faded memories like the sound of a re-rung bell. Thus, the events of the past no longer serve our present, because their reflections make us relive our past and stop new things from happening. They separate us from eternity that offers solutions and do not allow existence free from conditions to unfold. The future is not worth dealing with too much either, because most of the time it is a web of dreams and fantasies that deceive their unsuspecting followers and lure them to the land of nowhere. Planning is important, of course, but being overly attached to a vision is more like sentimental fantasies rather than awareness. Conscious awareness is always fulfilled in the present, focused on it, because it can induce changes only in the present. Second revelation. In order to successfully realize being in the present, we must consciously direct our creative forces to life and rebirth, because eternal life is in the eternal present. Third insight. Recognize that it is sheer self-deception thinking something that was once beautiful might be beautiful once again, but currently I have no reason to feel satisfied and well off. If this is your way of thinking, you can never be free, because then you are either chaining yourself to a piece of your past or your future, which is good for your ego but limits the self. The decision is in your hands. Fourth revelation. Physical reality is nothing but the special focus of your consciousness. Now, most of the time, reality is a reflection that your mind creates. Hence, many things become reality simply by being transformed and processed into a projection, an image, all by your consciousness. As open and clear your consciousness is, so broad and clear your perception of reality is. Fifth revelation. Everything you imagine becomes reality on a certain level. Everything you can imagine exists, and everything that exists is conceivable to you. Start practicing being in the present by observing yourself. Without any particular judgment, lightly and curiously, always in the here and now. What to observe? First, the consciousness in your mind. It is a voice in your head that speaks to you almost constantly. Maybe you are so used to it that you don't even notice it, even though it is your creature. It would not exist without you. Sometimes it has a lot of fun, sometimes it worries itself to death. Just try to stay an outsider and do not interrupt your own self. Be an eye and ear witness to the consciousness of your mind. You will be amazed by how much you actually rant and conversate within yourself. When your mind is confused and wandering, it jumps from one level of reality to another, uncontrollably swirling, circulating round and round, and its vortices suck your attention in. All those many kinds of consciousness flow endlessly, dynamically in the planes of existence. But you only observe and contemplate as still, motionless consciousness. Kinda like a lighthouse, standing steadily stable on a cliff, watching over the raging waves of the sea. You are the eternal observer. The surface of the sea is your perceptible consciousness. The depth of the ocean is your subconscious. The mainland and the lighthouse are your eternal self. You are the seer and the sight at the same time. You are the dream and the dreamer all at once. As you watch the games of your mind without judgment or analysis, your awareness begins to expand, and a new vision slowly develops within you. It's like sitting in a movie theater, watching scenes of your life projected onto the screen. The right attitude in this case is, do not look for mistakes. Do not criticize yourself. Just watch yourself simply and neutrally. Become an observer and a perceiver. This practice is used to understand and make your mind function. Let's start practicing. For the next 3 minutes, observe your mind's awareness without judging, labeling, or analyzing, and stay in the present. Should your attention wander, just gently guide it back to the present. gradually return to the physical world. Now, with strengthened awareness, take this vision with you into your everyday life. The more you practice conscious existence in the present, the easier you will be able to get out of the mesmerizing effects of the world and can be in complete control of yourself more often. Thank you for practicing conscious existence in the present with me. The meditation on practicing conscious existence in the present with the power of consciousness is over. I wish you a peaceful and blissful day.